Bolaji Ogunwo presents a feast of paintings for art enthusiasts in his exhibition titled Visual Cocktail. A large crowd turned out to check out his recipes, which he put on acrylic on canvas, in over 20 paintings with titles such as The Flight, Smile, Pensive, The Chase, and many other works of art.
The body of works that I've done in recent times, with which I'm trying to address the present state of the nation and to pass messages across. The work behind there is titled The Chase. And a scholar said, what you are not willing to pursue, you cannot possess. Now, I have discovered that people travel to America. I'm trying to juxtapose America and Nigeria. The people will say America has been there for years. But one good thing I've learned from the past leaders of America is that they were conscious of posterity, not prosperity.
This artist is intrigued by people, events, and different scenes, and his paintings prove this.
People will say there are several problems or challenges that Nigeria is facing, but I have come to realize that it's just 3 challenges. Number 1 is corruption. Number 2 is corruption. And the third one is corruption. And this is what I am trying to address and to proffer solution.
He uses impasto technique and his palette knife skillfully to interpret the theme of survival, love, passion, and more.
I see Nigeria, an eagle, taking swimming lessons in the water of corruption. I discovered that back then things were not the way they are now. And I begin to ask questions that where do we go from here? I discovered years back, as far back as 1974, that $1 is even lesser than a naira. But today, $1 is about 170 naira in about 40 years. And you discover that the pressure is so much, the extrajudicial killing, kidnapping, corruption has become endemic. Then, as an artist, we cannot fold our hands and to watch things go worse than this. And as an artist as well, I deem it exigent to lend my voice through some of these works here.
And every piece has a tale to it, and words of wisdom from great minds such as Henry Longfellow, Ralph Emerson, George Washington, and many others.
If you look at the titles of the works on display, one is titled Change. In this painting called Change, I've depicted the typical Oshodi that some people will say is a commonplace theme or is an overflowed subject. But I'm taking it from another angle. And for every work, there's a quote from some of the greatest minds that I've read about. People like Albert Einstein, Thomas Edison, William Shakespeare, Dr. Miles Monroe, and so on and so forth. Some of the things, the postulations that they have made in the past, I think they will come in handy to help us find a solution to the endemic problem in this nation.
You can see that there's a lot of passion in what he does. So these are just beyond paintings. They are messages that are conveyed to the Nigerian society.
Over the years, we've come to realize that it just doesn't have talent alone, it also has character, and it's inspired a number of young students who have come through him in the painting unit of the Department of Creative Arts. Bolaji Ogunwo is a very committed artist, even though he's very young. He paints all of the time, and just a few days ago we met with some of the young students of the department who said they were inspired to study painting because the lecturers there are practitioners, and that's so important for us in the art schools that you as an artist, is also involved in practice so that your students can get inspired by what you do.
He brings these issues to life with this performance.
Professor Bolanle Awe, a renowned historian and former director of the Institute of African Studies, University of Ibadan, UI, is one of Africa's leading historians and academics. She was born on January 26, 1933 and attended elementary school at Holy Trinity School, Omofe, Ilesha, and St. James Primary School, Okebola, Ibadan, between 1939 and 1945, respectively. Between 1946 to 1951, she attended the prestigious St. Anne's School, Ibadan, where she obtained the Cambridge School Certificate. Afterwards, she gained admission to Peirce School for Girls, Cambridge, for an A-levels course in English, History and Latin between 1952 and 1954. Professor Awe has been a lecturer in the Department of History, University of Ibadan, from 1967 to 1980. At the time of her appointment as a lecturer at Ibadan, she was considered one of the youngest academics on the African continent. She's been senior lecturer, University of Lagos, School of African and Oriented Studies, where she was also a senior research fellow of the Institute of African Studies between 1969 and 1976. She was appointed Phelps-Stokes Fellow, African Lecture Series in the United States of America in 1973. In 1986, she represented the University of Ibadan at the Penn University of Ibadan Exchange Lecturer in Philadelphia. She is the founding member of the University of Ibadan.
You can enjoy Art House on any of these platforms.
Well, that's Art House for this week. I hope you had a fun time with us. And always remember that the conversation continues online and we'll really love to hear from you. I'm Melinda Akinlami. Have a lovely day.